All right, ladies and gentlemen, and 3D graphic designers, we're going to do part 2. We're going to put the image plane references in Maya. What does that mean? It means we're going to do something like this. We're going to have our two pictures in here as references so we can sculpt based on those things. Okay, so what is it going to look like? We're going to open up a new document. So you're going to open up Maya, and don't double click on it a million times. It takes forever to get it going. But you're going to open up Maya, and you're going to go File, New Scene. It's called a scene because a lot of times you're making movies with it. Okay, and then once the scene is there, you're going to save it, File, Save scene. I'm going to do save as because I've already done it once, and it's going to open up this dialog box. It looks kind of weird, but you're going to go to My Computer. You're going to go to, I'm in the T drive. You're going to go to your V drive. You're going to go to your Creative Computer folder. You're going to go make a new folder. Right? You click that to make a new folder. You're going to do a 3D design and sculpting, and then I called mine Shark because mine's a shark. And then you're going to save it in there with a good name. I saved mine. I'm going to save mine as Shark with my name on it. Okay, you hit save as, I'm going to hit cancel. Okay, so once you've made a new document, you're going to make an image plane. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the polygons tab, and you're going to drag a polygon in here somewhere, wherever you want. Okay, and as soon as you do that, you're going to have to get it to be the correct size. So you're going to go to polyplane 1, and we're going to adjust the width and height. Well, what do we adjust the width and height to? We have to open up Photoshop to find that out. We got to find out what size this thing is. So we're going to go to image. We're going to go to image size, and then we look right there. It is 7.94 by 2.58. Okay, so we need to remember that. I'm going to click OK so I can get back to it. Okay, so we're going to go in here to, what was that again? Okay, so we're going to make the width 7.95. We're going to round it 7.95, and we're going to change the height to 2.6. Okay, and so you can see that it adjusts the size there. Okay, all right. So next, we're going to change it to a hyperplane so that we can actually put a picture in there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this thing's clicked on and selected. Okay, so then we're going to go to Window, Render Editors, and Hypershade. That's going to allow us to put what's called a texture inside there. Okay, and then we're going to go to Blend. It's just one of the textures you can use. Okay, and then here's a blend one. We're going to double click on that. Okay, and so this is going to be, I'm going to do the side of the shark, obviously, so I'm going to say shark side. Okay, so I'm going to redo this thing, rename this thing. Okay, so what we want to do for color, instead of actually changing, we could change the color, but instead we want to add a file or a picture. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to look around, and there's File. We're going to click on File, and it takes us to a different tab over here. Okay, and so if you look over here, there's this yellow thing for a folder. We're going to click on that, and that's when we're going to find our stuff. So we're going to look in My Computer. We're going to look in you're going to look in your V drive. You're going to go to Creative Apps. You're going to go to 3D Design. You're going to go to your Shark, and then inside your Assets folder, you should have your Shark front. Okay. So, oh no, not Shark front. We wanted Shark side. Oopsie. So we're going to go Shark side. Okay, and then you can see your shark is there. Okay, all right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. So there you go. There you have it. Your shark side. You can see that that's the picture. So you're going to click on that. Make sure this is selected. Make sure your plane here is selected. Your shark side, and then you're going to right click on this and go to Assign Material. Okay, let's try that again. So we're going to make sure we select this, right? So we click on that to select it. We right click on this and assign material to selection. And nothing happens if we hit the 6 on the keyboard, the number 6 on the keyboard, then it should appear. Okay, so you can see that we have the shark is in there, right? The picture's in there, but it's not aligned correctly. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to right click on it. and we're going to select UV. So object mode is where you kind of deal with it as an object to sculpt it, but we're not going to sculpt it. We want to deal with texture, so we go to UV, and then we're going to click on this guy right here, the UV texture editor. Okay, and so this is gonna pop up. Okay, and specifically what we want to do is actually, let's go back here and let's select all four corners, and then we're gonna grab this, and I'm gonna use my scrolly wheel to shrink it out. Okay, and so what we want to do is we want to adjust everything. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's working. Let's see why. Okay, I'm not sure why it wasn't working, but it seems to be working now. Just make sure you select this thing before you go into the UV texture editor. Okay, so we're going to go to this thing, the smudge tool, and if you can look, you can see the squares there. So we're going to drag that corner all the way to the top of the shark, and we're going to drag that corner all the way to the top of the shark, drag it again, right to the top. Okay, and then make sure these are the bottom. You can see over here that it's fixed it, okay? So we've got that one all set up. So now the next thing we need to do is, let's go back to our PowerPoint spiel. Let's make sure we didn't forget anything. Okay, so here's what we did. Did that. Okay, so this is what we just did. Okay, so we want to move and rotate. So here's the instructions on how to move and rotate. So right-click the plane, go back into object mode, and then we're going to click on the channels box. So we can be done with this for now. So we'll close that. Okay, so we're going to right-click. We're going to go back into object mode, and over here you can see the channel box. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to channel box. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to click off, and we're going to click on, and then we're going to go to the channel box, and you can see in the channel box that we can change the X, the Y, the Z, and the rotation. So if you want to change one of these, you double click there, and if you want it to go up, you drag this. If you want it to go over, you drag this. If you want to do this way, you drag that. Okay, but we want to rotate it, so we're going to double click on the rotate, and we're going to drag. No, we don't want to do that one. Okay, so we want that one to stay at 0. So we can just come in and type 0. So let's try this one and see what this one does. Okay, we can do that. We don't want that one either. We're going to change that one back to 0. Let's try this one. Yeah, so we want to do that. So we want that to be exactly 90 degrees. Okay, so we're going to do that to 90 degrees, and then you can go ahead and adjust it so you can make it right there. So you can use the scrolly tool to scroll in and out, and you can grab this thing to see what it looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we move this all the way up to right there. Okay, so the next piece is, I'm not going to go through it all with you, okay, but what I want you to do is do the same, go through this video again, do the whole same procedure, you know, add the polygon, change the size, and add the other picture, okay? And when you're done, you're going to have something that looks like this so that you can be ready to do sculpting, okay? Do that, and then let's go on to the next video and where we'll show you how to actually